Hi, I'm Susie Heath from essenceofwomanhood.com, and I'm delighted to be able to share with you today my feminine core energy dynamics. The first part of this helps you to understand where your energy is tied up and see where you might be able to release it in order to create and generate the life you'd like to be living without getting continually exhausted. The second part is actually a tool I use with my clients to ascertain how near or far away you are from living in your authentic feminine energy. In other words, living at your core essence, your essential self, where you're fully expressed, really living and playing full out, rather than being hampered by other people's versions of what we should be doing. And it's a wonderful place to be. After all, you don't want to get to the end of your life and say, I've been living someone else's life, or that wasn't the way I truly wanted to be in my life. So, where is your energy tied up? How much energy have you got left to create the masterpiece of your life? This part is all about how we create the circumstances in our life by the way we think. It's very subtle, yet very powerful. And once you understand how exact a science this is, your life will never be the same again. Now I'm going to repeat parts of this material over and over again deliberately, because repetition is the way our mind learns and integrates information. This is the way to re-educate your own mind, and there are some amazing things you can do which I'm going to help you with and share with you later. However, this is not just about information. When you physically take action and actually put yourself into a state of well-being, as with many of the exercises in my courses, your body-mind cells take it on board, and you can then override your old unhealthy and energy-depleting memories with new life-enhancing ones, like rewriting a CD with new material. Now, we all do too much thinking and not enough being, and it exhausts us. Just because a thought pops into your head doesn't mean you have to follow it to its conclusion. Thoughts will pop in and out all day. Most of them are nonsense and identical to the ones you've thought before. Others don't even belong to you. They may be learned responses that you've been conditioned by or programmed by throughout your life so far, by parents or school or the media or society in general. And other thoughts you literally may have picked up from other people as you pass by. You know how sometimes you can get on a train or the tube or a subway feeling in one mood and get off feeling another? Or maybe have a headache? That's because you pick up thoughts from other people, the same way you pick up a virus. And if you're particularly sensitive, you'll pick up even more. It's like your energy becomes like Velcro and everything just gets stuck to it. And people who can read auras can actually see these bad energies coming in and getting stuck onto our energy. The thinking part of your mind is a tool, like your arm or your leg is a tool. When you're at rest, you don't need to use it. Unfortunately, some of us have been taught that an evil mind is open to evil forces to come in. That's only about awareness. Bad stuff will only come in if that's what you focus on, and unless you keep thinking about it over and over again, or unless it's ingrained at a cellular level. So many people these days are running around with what's called a monkey brain. This monkey brain of eternal chatter, usually about insignificant things, but you can actually turn your mind off when you're not using it. Literally, switch it off. That sounds a bit frightening to some people because we think we need our mind to be active all the time. However, look back to a time when for some reason you had to act suddenly, maybe in an emergency. It's fascinating to recognise that something inside you seems to take over. This energy, this knowing of what to do with no time to think at all. Afterwards you might feel exhausted and unable to imagine where the strength and energy came from to be able to do what you've just done. But that was your authentic self at work. Similarly, when you just give up when you've been looking for something, hey presto, the lost object appears. Or when you worry yourself silly over a problem and eventually give up, and somehow things happen which you could not have in a million years imagined for yourself, and the problem gets resolved. It's as if something in the great beyond out there, which has greater wisdom, just comes and takes over. You see, your mind is a very powerful tool. It tries to take over and control you, but the mind is only necessary for about 10% of your time. Most thoughts are focused on things that happened in the past, your history, or what I like to refer to as your her story, or things that we worry about in the future which haven't even happened yet. Can you see, therefore, that most problems are inventions of our imagination? And actually, so are good things. It's all a question of where you put your focus and how you choose to view things. In the meantime, we forget to actually live in the present moment. How would it be if you became the observer of your thoughts and not just an automatic regurgitator of your thoughts? What if you watched your mind? What would happen if you ask yourself, where's my energy right now? When you learn to live in the present moment, just doing what you're doing, tensions will fall away and the real authentic you will be revealed. Outer conditions do not control your life, even though you seem to think they are. They're a result of your pre-existing sense of thinking and being. In fact, they show you your belief system, which we refer to as your BS. The mind's a great tool if you learn how to use it well. When you choose to be in a certain emotional state, you activate a particular neural pathway in your mind and therefore in your life. So results have to show up to prove that you're right. The fastest way to create events in your life is to create a way of being without a constant flow of thoughts to distract you or to judge you. It causes an instant shift. Material manifestation follows immediately to the degree that you become that state of being without any doubt. Your state of being is how you choose to be right now. Give your mind the appropriate thoughts and images to bring what you want into the present moment. So you can actually be whatever you wish to create. Or you can be what you don't wish to create. Your choice. So right now, you can decide to be happy or feel sexy or wealthy or joyful in this moment. Know this with certainty and total clarity and hold on to that state of being. It's the same with feeling lovable and loved. When you declare, I am loved, I am rich, I'm sexy and delicious, at a quantum level, that's exactly what you are. This isn't just make-believe. Quantum physics has proved that all states of being are already in existence. All you have to do is reach out and claim them. Whatever you claim and own, you become, even if your present circumstances don't make that apparent. Funny, isn't it, that we don't question if we're feeling miserable. We just take it for granted that we're miserable, and we accept it. It's easy to think thoughts of powerlessness and poverty and let those feelings overwhelm you so you become that. But you're not your present conditions. So why don't we accept and take for granted that we can also feel phenomenal, fantastic, potent and magnificent? When you're feeling bad, it just shows that your thoughts and feelings are focused in the wrong direction. And that's a choice. You can choose to feel bad or not. It's always a choice. There's no one to blame but yourself. Annoying, isn't it, when we'd much rather blame somebody else for how we're feeling? No matter what your physical conditions look like right now, the physical actuality follows the spiritual and mental. It's like baking a cake. You put all the perfect ingredients in and stir them together, but the cake's not a cake until you put it in the oven for a while. It's just cake mixture. So you can do the same thing with wonderful feelings, with having a lust for life, for joy, for creativity, for abundance. Just accept it as a fact without any inner doubt and the universe will obey. There's no need to look for physical proof right now. Don't look at what's appearing now as if that's the final result, as if it's permanent. You are creating the cause. Be the cause. Now, be cause. You can change your state of being in a heartbeat. Just imagine now how much more effective it is to be in a state of loving. If I ask you to remember a time of sadness or a sad occasion, I know you'll quickly be able to bring that thought up to such an extent that you'll have tears in your eyes because you've associated with those emotions. If I ask you to remember a time of great joy or feeling really happy, or remember a time when you were celebrating, I know you can bring that up quickly too. But neither of these is real. It's just a memory that you've chosen to focus on, just your powerful imagination. So in the same way, feel love, think riches, think success. If you're still watching this, no matter what problems you feel you've been through, you've been a success because you're alive. You've never failed to get through the moment of now. Your state, your being, your declaration, which starts with the word I am, will change your world. To change your state is as simple as deciding to. Tired of being unhappy? Change it by looking for something that makes you feel happy. The most powerful state of being is feeling good, and you have control. You can choose thoughts that make you worry or thoughts that make you feel good. You have a choice in every moment. In fact, you can choose every 10 seconds. Make the decision, no matter what, I'm going to find something good in this moment. Feeling good and being happy is the cornerstone of your success. Feeling good in the moment. No event and no person stops you except yourself. You really can change your world and your life by doing this. You have inside you an inner compass, like a satellite navigation system, of higher intelligence, which takes you towards or away from your desires. It's like that game we used to play as children. Do you remember Hide the Thimble? Someone would hide a thimble and the others would have to go and look for it, search for it. Every time they got closer, the hider would say, getting warmer, and every time they went further away from it, the hider would say, getting cooler. With your internal sat-nav, the feedback is emotion and feeling. That's your guidance system. If you're feeling awful, it shows you're a long, long away from your true essence. The interesting thing here is that the universe, it responds when harmony exists, whether it's positive or negative harmony. Your inner guidance system is telling you there is something you desire, or you wouldn't be feeling that negative emotion. Worry, fear or doubt shows you that you're not focused on what you desire, and you're inviting something you don't desire into your life. If you're stuck or feeling down, it's an indication that you're not in harmony with what you desire. So stop. Bring yourself back into the present moment, maybe by clapping your hands or stamping your feet, and restate what you desire. This is so simple, so clear. What you don't want is always the opposite of what you desire. So be sensitive to the way you're feeling, so you can see whether you're attracting and generating positive or negative events. Make a list of what you don't want, that's really important, and then reverse each statement, because what you want is always the opposite of what you don't want. So focus your energy and your thoughts on what's most appealing to you, what you love most, on what gives you energy. When you stay in a place of feeling good, it becomes easy for the universe to give you what you desire. Reach for the highest possible thought to make you feel good. Is it true? No? But then neither were your negative feelings, just a choice of thought. Resistance is created by doubting that you can have your desires fulfilled, but oddly enough, it's not up to you to work out how to do it. Let the universe handle that. Give the universe the opportunity to orchestrate the details, and then take action when opportunities present themselves. If you're not in alignment with your highest vision, you need to change your thoughts. Literally, disconnect your energy circuits from that thought. I now instruct my unconscious mind to hold the thought of wealth, love, joy, abundance. Now we're going to have a look at how much of your energy is taken up by the memories and fears and phobias, etc. that we hold on to. Imagine holding on to an old, not so good memory, and imagine carrying that around with you every day like a sack of potatoes. This may be a feeling of unworthiness or lack of self-esteem. Lack of self-esteem affects it at a very deep level and underlies and affects everything we do and the way we do it. So the way we look at the world is if through a pair of coloured sunglasses and project that onto everything we do. Imagine this lack of self-esteem and unworthiness, not being good enoughness, uses up 20% of your creative energy. Now think for a moment of a difficult or failed relationship, or something someone said to you once which really hurt you, and you keep playing it over and over again inside your head. Imagine this uses up another 10% of your creative energy. Now imagine an event when you were so disappointed that the results weren't the way you wanted them, maybe at work or at home. Say you use another 5% of your creative energy as you cart that memory around with you and keeping that memory alive. Now, you know you've already used up 35% of your creative energy invested in past negative memories before you even get out of bed in the morning. Often when we wake up in the morning, we check in to see how the unwellness we had yesterday is progressing, or how the sadness we had yesterday, whether it's still there or not, and thus reawaken it. We also, as women, tend to fret about the body parts that we're not 100% satisfied with. Worrying about your health and your body takes up at least another 5% of your vital energy. So that's 40% so far. Then there are the other fears and worries that control your life. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of relationship, fear of the future, fear of taking risks, of being broke, not finding the right man to love and who loves you, fear of losing your job, fear of future illnesses, fear about your children and your family, about your home, about your financial situation. Just have a look and find out how much of your energy is invested in fear. Let's say these fears and worries cost you at least another 30%. So far, all these energy leaks add up to about 70% of your creative energy, which leaves you only about 30% with which to create your life. Because 70% of your creative energy is invested in your past and worrying about the future, rather than living in the present. All of these energy leaks can cause serious mental disturbance and emotional problems. Unfortunately, they also have an effect on our physicality too, getting stuck in muscles and organs and your cell tissue. So instead of 100% of your creative energy going to where it needs to go to support your health and well-being and generation of new ideas, every day you're distributing that energy to the place where fears, phobias, worries and anxieties abound. What happens by holding on to these old memories and fears is that you use more energy than you can produce, because every day you keep adding more to your history. So at some point you may have so many energy leaks there's not enough creative energy left to supply your needs. On a physical level, this forces your body to take vital life energy from your cell tissue. This makes you a prime candidate for a variety of illnesses which can attack the immune system and cause serious damage. Scary thought, isn't it? The horrifying thing is that in order for our energetic system to regenerate and keep itself well and healthy, it requires at least 70% of our creative energy to be available at any moment. So that's for keeping ourselves healthy and for our food to digest and all our organs to be functioning at their optimum. So it makes so much sense to do something about all these other things that are blocking or depleting our energy. When we have chronic negative thoughts about ourselves and our body, or blaming ourselves for things done or left undone, or whenever we focus on bad stuff from the past with lower vibrational thoughts such as guilt, shame or self-hatred, all we're doing is depleting our life energy in the present moment and therefore playing havoc with our future. When your vital essence and energy is being sent to the wrong places, the past and the future, you're not being your real true self. And you can't hear the voice of guidance from within because it's crowded out by all the noise of negativity. When you're feeling depressed, it's because your spirit is literally pressed down and you can't connect with life. So really be aware of where you're putting your energy, because if you focus on what you're actually doing right here, right now, you have no need to worry about the future.